Hi, and welcome to the Arts District podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Georgia.
And this is week 41.
Yep. Crazy days.
And our second week airing on Tuesday mornings. Airing. Yes. I always say airing, but I'm like, I guess that's not really right because we don't air.
We're not live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We post on Tuesday mornings. Hopefully it fits better into your schedule now, and you can listen to some of these updates and plan for the upcoming weekend.
Yeah. Fits better into our schedule too.
Yeah. So. Nice having the weekend off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess while we're talking about it, let's talk about some of the stuff going on this weekend.
This past weekend? Or next weekend?
Upcoming. Then we'll get into what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have stuff, or should I go into my list?
I have one thing I wanted to mention. This weekend in Hamilton on Sunday the 21st, which I think is Father's Day. So if you are looking for something to do with your dad, the Hamilton Maker Faire is going on, and I thought you would find this interesting. It features robots, fire sculptures, art cars, whatever those are, 3D printers, because I know you've talked about those before, crafts, and more. And it's happening at the Hamilton Museum of Steam and Technology, which I didn't even know existed, but it's somewhere.
That sounds awesome.
11 to 5 p.m. and it's free, and there's going to be like tons of food trucks, so... An alright day if you're looking to save money and take dad out. Take him to the Hamilton Museum of Steam and Technology for the Hamilton Maker Faire.
Cool. I hope the weather's good. That'll be sweet. It's
last weekend kind of sucked, so we are due for a good weekend.
Saturday was good, but yesterday was late. Okay, so let me get into my list of things happening next weekend. First off, it's North by Northeast happening in Toronto. I specifically looked at 2 free events that they're having. So they're having a free block party on Saturday.
Cool.
I didn't look at exactly where it was. I should have looked into that. I'm sure you can find it on their website. And then there's a free concert in Dundas Square.
Is that Shad?
I'm not sure if it's Shad. I want to say... Oh, crap. Now I can't remember. I should have written it down.
Because there was that controversy with that Acton guy. I don't know. He was like a rapper, and people were like, he is like so not family friendly. And so they got rid of him and got Shad. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah. I just kept hearing about it on the radio, but yeah, so North by is going on. Check out some live music.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
It's also the Toronto Jazz Festival. That's happening the 18th to the 29th.
Okay.
So that's long.
Yeah.
And also there are some free events for that too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look up specifically when there were, but I think I'm going to check out some free stuff.
Maybe you'll run into Jamie Cullum and he'll whisk you off to England.
Yes.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia Green.
It's fine. He's like 35.
It's alright.
Yeah. Still love that first album where he was like in the air.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, he was like jumping. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's one we have too.
It's so good.
It has Lover. You should have come over on it. It's such a good cover.
It's so good. And 20-something. Man. Mutual love of Jamie Cullum.
I do love him.
Yep. Okay, and then also, smaller but still probably pretty big, it's the Great Hearts Festival, which is in Trinity Bellwood, so it's a free festival, and it's all acoustic stuff, so it's going to be quiet,
it's a very hippie
intimate.
name.
Yeah, it is.
Great Hearts?
Yep. And yeah, so that's Trinity Bellwoods Park.
Cool.
So I'm going to check out a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully it is a sunny weekend.
Mm-hmm.
This past weekend wasn't so sunny, except for Saturday.
Saturday was great.
I moved on Saturday, so I didn't get to go to any of these events. We tried to move on Friday, got half our stuff out of the storage unit, it started thunderstorming, so we went back in, and we did it on Saturday. But yeah, this past weekend in Toronto was Bestival, so Florence and the Machine were there doing their thing on the Toronto Island for that. Apparently it went really well despite the rain, and people had a good time, and it was quirky in its weird way. It was its inaugural time, like here in Toronto. It's a festival from England or Isle, I think it's England. And this was their first time here, so I think it was a great success for being its first time. Also this past weekend was the Burlington Sound and Music Fest, which I wanted to go to, but due to the circumstances, I didn't get to. I haven't heard anything about it, though. I don't know anyone who went, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you went, let me know how it was.
On Bestival, I wanted to mention, I have written here, Florence album. Good. Familiar. Thanks, L.
Oh, you're welcome, G. I was going to ask you if you got the chance.
I listened to it a couple times, like, straight through, and I was just, like, drawing.
Yeah.
And, it's good. It like I said, it feels familiar. Like, if you know a couple of her albums, like, that sound feels, like, pretty familiar. Yeah. But it's, like, it's a good sound. It's, like, I think I said this last week. Like, it's a windows wide open, like, summer. Yeah, easy breezy. Like, dramatic, sort of, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I've been watching, like, more interviews with her, and, like, it's always Florence. You never see the Machine, Isa, or whatever the girl's name is. I should know it because she's, like, half of this thing. And, like, even now, Florence. It seems like they're billing it as Florence. And, like, no Machine. It's like, if I was the Machine, I would want some more credit.
I didn't realize the Machine was, like, one person. I assumed it was, like, the band.
No, her, like, co-writing partner, the girl that, like, plays the synth or whatever, Isa something, she is the Machine. That was, like, her pseudonym. It's kind of like U2 and The Edge. Like, The Edge is the guitar player.
I didn't know it was ever U2 and The Edge. I thought it was just U2. Oh.
Sometimes you see U2 and The Edge.
Okay.
Or just The Edge. I always thought The Edge was the whole band, but...
Oh, no, that's one dude.
It's just one dude. So same with Florence and the Machine. The Machine is just one girl.
Well...
She must be okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be Florence. I would way rather be the Machine. Just, like, quietly.
I would way rather be the Machine. I'd rather be Florence and, like, my capes and chiffon flying around on the front of the stage.
Would you really, though?
It's weird. Like, I'm a shy person, and I don't like the spotlight being on me. But I'm okay with it when I have my guitar or when I'm singing.
Okay.
When I'm on stage, I'm okay. I like that spotlight. But when I step off stage, it's like, get away from me. I'm so shy, like, I'm just awkward.
I'm not like
I don't know how to talk to people unless I have my guitar.
Right, okay.
It's weird.
Because even when I'm on the stage, I'm like, don't look at me. And they talk about, like, musicians who turn their back to the audience and play and stuff, but that wouldn't work for me because I would just be like, everyone's looking at my butt. Stop looking at my butt.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's too bad. Oh yeah, I briefly wanted to mention, because I've mentioned before this whole war on streaming thing that's going on. All these streaming services are popping up, and people always have negative things to say about them. If they're not Spotify, people love Spotify. Jay-Z's Tidal kind of washed away.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not very successful. And Apple Music now has some controversy because they're offering, like, this first 3-month free trial period. And during that first 3 months, they're not paying any of the musicians or the creators or anyone that has a share in these songs. No one's getting paid. And it's like, well, you wouldn't just... Like, what about all these employees that are working for this? Like, you would not pay them for 3 months. How is this any different?
Yeah.
Like, these creators still need money. So it's been causing some controversy because people love Apple. You know, they've been, like, the heroes of the technology, digital age or whatever. Like, people love Apple. And so for them not to be so supportive of creators, especially since having iTunes and stuff, like, yeah, it's... people are thinking it's doomed for failure. So I think they should just stop trying. Like, just leave it at Spotify.
Yeah, jeez. That is really shitty.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Well, am I surprised? And with the whole, like, putting U2's album on everyone's stuff without asking, like...
It's true. It's like they're trying to get into our head and
some shady stuff. They've established a brand loyalty that, like, people identify with their brand so strongly, but also I kind of feel like they're on the downhill. And I shouldn't say that because, like, they can probably hear me, but but I think there's some, like, struggles happening in the company and, like, ethics are slipping.
They got a lot to compete against.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that briefly. Maybe you've been keeping up on it.
Yeah. So, let's talk about my weekend.
Yes.
This past weekend. So, Saturday was beautiful, and I ended up biking to the St. Lawrence Market.
Wow.
I know, it's far.
Yeah.
Guess how long it took?
20 minutes.
30.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
The streetcar takes an hour.
Yeah.
So... Hells yeah, my summer just got a lot better and a lot cheaper.
That's awesome. Do you have a basket?
No, I have a backpack. Anyway, so on my way, actually, I have a note here that says 30 minutes, bike equals awesome. Everyone should bike more, which is true. Yes. Everyone bike more. Biking
the world would be a way better place if everyone biked.
Exactly, which kind of leads me into my next story, is that Saturday was the World Naked Bike Ride. And it was happening in Toronto. I mean, I guess it happened all over the world. But it's sort of a protest against oil dependency. This is the 11th year running, and I did go past a meeting of naked bikers. Yeah.
Like stark?
Like, yeah, bicycle people.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to bike without underwear on.
I know, I wouldn't either. There's a lot of men.
Ew! Just, like, well, couldn't they get arrested for, like, indecency, public exposure?
Because this is an event. It's
oh my gosh.
A real thing. So,
wow.
Yeah. That's a thing. I've heard of it before. I don't know if this is the only one or if there's sort of regular ones happening, because it's like been around. I've heard about it a bunch lately. I don't know. And then Saturday, I didn't know what was going on. I just happened to be biking, and it was like, okay, there's a naked bike ride going on. Yeah, so that's a thing. I mean, I think it's cool that they're protesting oil dependency. I think
it's a great idea.
It's a cool thing to do.
Did anyone yell, take your clothes off?
No. I was biking fast enough, but... yeah. So also, what I biked past was the Honda Indy Toronto, which is like one of those big car race things.
Yeah,
and
that's big.
Parts of the road were blocked off, and there's a huge festival. Biking past it was just like... you know, like a real, like... race car thing, and it just made me think of Iron Man 2 with like Mickey Rourke like slicing a car in half with his like electro whip things.
Oh my gosh.
So I had a little bit of anxiety biking past it, honestly. Like that was so strong that like something terrible's about to happen.
Yeah.
But it seemed like lots of people were out having fun watching.
Cool.
Yeah, and apparently I just looked it up online. They raised $73,000 for Make-A-Wish Canada.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a certain niche for the people that love going to like car racing events, but it's like they pack the place.
Oh yeah,
like all the NASCAR fans, like blows my mind how many people love watching cars go around in a circle.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I never really got it, but I think it's more about the cars and like what's in them,
right? And like the drivers or like celebrities and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's different if it's in a city. Like, that's kind of cool because you get the city surroundings and stuff. But there was, like, a huge festival and all these vendors. And I think there was even, like, a beer fest thing happening with it as well. Cool. So, yeah, it's a big, big thing if you're into that kind of thing.
Awesome.
And so, one more thing that I wanted to mention. I feel like I have a ton to talk about today.
It's okay. I was kind of short, so.
So.
13, 14?
I'll be fast. You know, probably if you watched, or maybe you don't know, the last couple summers I worked at the Aurelia Museum of Art and History, and last summer I was really involved in the Carmichael Canadian Landscape Exhibition. This is so long to say. They just opened up submissions for this year's exhibition. I think it's the 14th annual, I want to say. Submissions are due July 24th at 4 p.m. And the jury results happen August 10th. The exhibition runs October 1st to December 6th. And the jurors are Aurelia local artists, Tanya Cunnington and Boabin Chile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool keeping it local. Last year I think they had a Toronto curator, and then... now his name is totally...
Excuse me.
The Moose.
The Moose guy with the studio in Aurelia?
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
I normally have it, like, right there.
It's probably in your notebook somewhere.
It's probably in my notebook somewhere, but I'll put it in. Why can't I think of his name right now? Anyway, so it's a cool exhibition. It's focused on landscape art, but like Arthur Schilling, or that's wrong, Carmichael. Best episode. Like Franklin Carmichael is from Aurelia, where there's sort of, yes, it is landscape art, but it's also about like thinking contemporary and moving art practice forward. So it's not just landscape paintings and drawings. They accept photography, they accept video, it's open to anything that is about Canadian landscape. So.
Are you gonna submit anything?
I don't know.
You should.
Maybe if I come up with something. I don't really have much that's landscape. But yeah.
Cool. Good stuff.
So this has been episode 41 of the Arts District podcast. We will see you next Tuesday.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.